Hey everybody, today I want to talk to you about fear. Yes, fear. And I want to share a bit of my personal journey and experience with fear and releasing it and overcoming it, and how powerful that's been in transforming my life. And I'd like to share that along with some continued lessons about fear from Chase the Lion by Mark Batterson. So we've talked a lot about having that 2 o'clock in the morning courage to face that thing that's keeping us from moving forward towards our God-sized dream, our 500-pound lion, our big goal. And so often when I'm working and coaching other clients or I'm having discussions, one of the things that's stopping us is fear. Is that negative emotion and that concern of being afraid to take the next step towards what we want. That could be being afraid of, well, what if I'm not good enough? Like, I'm afraid I'm not good enough. I'm afraid I won't be successful. I'm afraid I'm gonna fail. I'm afraid I don't have everything I need, right? Those are some examples, and personally, two of the biggest examples for me were I'm afraid I'm going to fail and not be able to financially make what I need to make to be able to provide for my family. And I don't know, like there's a little piece of me that's like, I don't know if I'm good enough. I'm a little afraid. And let me tell you, I'm here to share with you today that we can continue to be afraid and run away from our fears. And in doing so, we can be running away from them the rest of our lives. In fact, Mark Batterson shares in this book that lion chasers are seeking opportunity. They're seeking opportunity. Lion chasers are more afraid of missing an opportunity than they are afraid of making mistakes or failing. And another thing he shares in this book is that people, when they're dying, one of their dying regrets are the inaction that they didn't take in their life, as opposed to the action. In fact, he shares that 84% of regrets are inaction regrets, the not leaping on an opportunity, as opposed to the 16% action regrets. And I share those things with you up front, along with the statistic. Did you know that psychologists tell us that we were only born with two fears? The fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. Every other fear was learned. So those fears that I had of, oh my gosh, like I'm afraid I'm gonna fail by running my own coaching business. I'm afraid I'm not gonna be successful. I'm afraid I'm not good enough. Those were learned. And I share that with you because those are fears other people have as well. Like I'm sure you can possibly relate at one point in your life, right? And what helped me transform and release was first going through that mental emotional release and the 4-step process to success and rapid transformation, right? Like that first removal and release of fear. I had to go back and learn where the root cause of that fear came from for me and learn from it. I had to release the limiting beliefs of I'm not good enough or I'm going to be a failure. And once I released those things, I was able to get clear on my values like we've talked about and gain clarity on my plan. And then it was up to me to take action and to stay positively focused. And this book is what has helped me take action and stay positively focused. This is one of the tools that I've used. And I've learned a couple of things from this book that really helped me. Batterson shares, I'm going to share a quote with you. God is in the business of helping us overcome our fears, but he often does it by bringing us face to face with our worst fears. He graciously brings us back to the place of failure, and then he not only helps us pick up the broken pieces, but he also puts them back together again. And let me tell you, when I was working to make this decision to go full time, it was not easy. There were constant battles in my head. There were tough conversations that I had to have that I didn't know which way they were going to go. And I had to trust and have faith that when I took action, that God had me, right? That was the biggest thing. I understood that I know what I want now. I'm clear on it. I've released my fears. I've released my limiting beliefs. I'm ready to chase it. You know, it's so funny because Batterson shares in this book too, like, don't be dumb. God doesn't honor dumb. Like, I had a plan, right? I had a coach. I had a plan. And with that, right, with going through that process of knowing the values, with creating my plan, and then being ready to get in action, it was that moment of, okay, I'm ready. God help me receive that. I'm ready. And let me take action. And I want to share with you that I'm living proof that this works. This 4-step process of starting with the release work and incorporating other tools and having faith works. I'm going to share a number with you. I decided to go full-time in my coaching business starting February 1st. And what I want to share with you is that month, my GCI, my gross commission income, increased by 63.2% when I decided that I was ready to face my fear, to go all in, and to have faith that God's got me. And He showed it. It showed up in the numbers, it's shown up in the way I feel, it's shown up in the way I act, and I'm so passionate about it because you can have it too. I'd love to hear what you're going to face. What fear, if any, that you have that you want to release. And if you need help releasing it, reach out. I'm happy to help. What do you need to face today? What decision do you need to make to decide I'm ready to face this head on with my 2 o'clock in the morning courage, and I am going to be a lion chaser and go after it because I'm not going to have any regrets of inaction. I seek opportunities, and I know there are opportunities all around me. Share with me the action that you're ready to take, the decision that you're ready to make. Get on it, have faith, and stay focused.